Good morning students, this is Junita Mukherjee from SS Public School. Today we are going to start a new topic which is already being, I have told you about the radiations of how the radiations are there in the nature, how it is being changes changes or from one place to another, or how it is going from one place to another, how the heat transfer in the method of radiation. So heat transfer by radiation is just because of the sun. Okay, we can take an example of sun, or anyways any other sources of illuminates objects. It may be a piece of wood burned, or a fire we can take. Okay, a fireplace. So how the radiations are being is coming from one place to another. You can take an example of a sun. When the sun rises, it's low in its radiation, but when it is at the noon time, its radiation is at the topmost level. That is at 12 o'clock, its radiation is very much higher, or it is being much heated in comparison to that in the morning, or maybe in the sunset time. So what happens from the sun, the radiations are coming towards the earth, and it's the whole earth is being and which part the sun is being reflected at the noon time at 12. It's the most hottest part at that particular moment, and in comparison to that of the other parts of the world are not so hot in comparison to that particular temperature is being concerned. So this is how the radiations from one place to another is being transferred, or the heat is transferred from sun to the earth itself and to the various parts of the earth itself. It is being transferred. So it's a very good example. We can take an example of a fireplace. When the fire is being is being made in that particular fireplace, we get the heat radiations from the fire, and we just make ourselves warmer with the help of the fire by absorbing some heat from this particular fireplace in the month of in the winter months itself especially. So what happens, these radiations are transferred from the fireplace to our body, and we feel the hotness of the particular fire. Just because of the winter seasons, we make the fireplace on just because of the winter seasons. So this is how the radiations are being transferred from one body to another body. So many radiations are being discussed here, that is electromagnetic wave, electric and magnetic field radiations, how it is being transferred and how the magnetic field oscillates in space and time. Let us see that one. So convection requires some material or as a transport medium. These modes of heat transfer cannot operate between bodies separated by a distance in vacuum, but the earth does receive heat from the sun across the huge distance. Similarly, we quickly feel the warmth of the fire nearby when even though our air conducts poorly and before convection takes some time to set in. The third mechanism for the heat transfer need no medium. It is called the radiation, and the energy to transferred by electromagnetic wave is called the radiant energy. And in the electromagnetic wave, electric and magnetic field oscillates in space and time. Like any wave, electromagnetic waves can have different wavelength and can travel in vacuum with the same speed namely the speed of the light, that is 3 to 10 power 8 meter per second. You will learn these matters in more detail later, but you will know what heat transferred by radiation does not need any medium and why it is so fast. This is how heat is transferred to the earth from the sun through empty space. All bodies emit radiation energy, whether they are solid, liquid or gas. The electromagnetic radiation emitted by a body by a virtue of its temperature, like radiations by a red hot iron or light from the filament lamp, is called thermal radiation. When this thermal radiation falls on the other bodies, it is partly reflected and partly absorbed. The amount of the heat that a body can absorb by radiation depends on the color of the body. We find that black body absorbs and emit radiation energy between that bodies of lighter color. This fact finds many application in our daily life. We wear white and light colored clothes in summer so that they absorb the least heat from the sun. So that the sun winter we use dark color clothes which absorbs heat from the sun and keep our body warm. The bottom of the utensils for cooking food are blackened so that they absorb maximum heat from this fire and transfer it to the vegetable to be cooked. Similarly, a Diwar flask or a thermos bottle is a device to minimize the transfer heat between the contents of the bottle and outside. It consists of a double-walled glass vessels with the inner and the outer wall coated with silver. Radiations from the inner wall is reflected back in the contents of the bottle. The outer wall similarly reflects back and any incoming radiations. The space between the wall is evacuated to reduce the conduction and convection losses, and the flask is supported on an insulator like cord. The device is therefore useful for preventing hot content like milk from getting cold, or alternatively to store the cold contents like ice. So this is how the radiations are being done with the help of the that is kind of a material which is insulated, and insulators are the good examples of the heat radiation from one place to another itself. Now, black body radiations, which we are going to start in the next particular video. Let's see that one. Thank you, students.